Okay, so for jobs, like what you said about sustaining a family, that totally valid. Like, so valid that I wasn't even meaning to refer to it at all in my argument because responsibilities like that obviously take precedence over things like that. I was more referring to things like where people could do something else that they would like more, but they um, don't. Like, they choose something because they make more money or just because like that's where they are and they don't want to hassle with changing their career or something like that, but that they would be living more or less the same life if they were working towards attaining goals they wanted, but they're opting for what they've already got. That was more what I was referring to. Well, completely what I was referring to. And now I'm like, oh, stupid, because I had never said anything about that. But that is definitely for sure like completely valid, completely understandable, completely got that. I just didn't clarify. Drinking game. Take a shot every time Cassie says valid. It's funny that you're going into the military because my ex was in the National Guard, and so she went to like drills every month, like 1 week in a month, and went to basic training over the summer, stuff like that. Um, as far as enlisting, I think that for some people it can be a really good thing. Like, I know for my ex, it was something that she really enjoyed doing and that she was happy with. It was something that like kept her busy and kept her out of trouble. It gave her a lot of opportunity, and I feel like it'll do that for a lot of people. It'll give a lot of people opportunity. For instance, it'll pay for your schooling, and it might get you to do something that it could introduce you to something else. I think it's a good thing to try around. I feel like I could never handle being in the military, but if I had the personality for it, I would consider it. It um it seems like there's a lot of opportunity, and you can learn a trade where even if you don't want to stay doing that for the military, you might be able to use what you learn, the skills, for something else. And so that's really helpful, I think. Although I am going to miss watching your face once you leave. I also see what you mean about friends being supportive and not supportive, because, like, I don't know, it's a whole weird thing. Like, for me, I'm not a big fan of the military. I'm not a big fan of war. I don't support needing necessarily, like, a military, even though I know there's more things I do than fight. But at the same time, like, I would never be not supportive of someone who I knew going into the military, because there's a lot of good things about it, and it's definitely a respectable job. I don't necessarily support the government's choice to, that sort of thing, but I also am supportive of people who go into it, and I realize that for some people it's the best thing. Then you see people who are like crazy against it, who are like A, against war, and B, against the government, and who are just like, and if you go into the military, they think you're like of the devil. That's what they are, a whole heaping can. Friend is a smart girl. Smart girl. My friend will hopefully be as smart as your friend. She's gonna be so mad at me if she sees this. Tell us about your change rules of dating. I'm so curious. Or if it's too personal, don't, because, I don't want it to be one of those cases where it's like, here's the line, here's me, I'm crossing the line. Don't want to do that. If you are comfortable and feeling so obliged, please elaborate on your rules of dating. I love that thought, too, about YouTubers, because, like, some of them, you definitely like pick and choose, like definitely goes what goes into their video, because I sometimes see things and I'm like, oh, that is not going in there because that makes me sound like an idiot, even though in real life I sound like an idiot all the time, and I just have to try and make people forget that I sounded like an idiot by being like, oh shit, I didn't mean to say that. But on YouTube I can just like hit the delete button and it's like it never happened. It didn't happen because no one saw it. I like hope that I'm the same on YouTube as I am in person. And I think I am. I think there are some places where like I'm like trying to be mellow for YouTube, or I'm trying to be like out of the roof, but I'll do that in real life also because I've been in acting and stuff. So I hope that I'm like really similar. Most people, the way the comments that I get on YouTube that about my personality are comments that I get in real life also. Like, if people think I'm funny, people in real life usually will think I'm funny also. And so I'm trying to not make it like a perception thing. I'm trying to just like be as real as I can, as in like talking to a camera is just like talking to another person. And I'm definitely picking up what you're putting down because you're right, paparazzi don't care about people on YouTube, not yet at least. Soon there's going to be like YouTube paparazzi. There already kind of is, I guess, but not to the same extent. So it is more powerful because you don't see the other side, you just see the videos that they have that, you know, is what they're putting out. So I'm picking up what you're putting down, sister. Picking it up. This is my half of the room, and that's my roommate's half of the room. So don't worry. I won't judge you. I feel like pretty much anyone with a shred of logic in their brain other than religion will realize that there is no actual argument against equal rights for gay people or any people. I mean, we've been through this so many times with so many different people. You've got like the feminists going on, you've got like civil rights for races and all kinds of that, and things that we're still fighting, like how women get paid on average, I think like 10% less than, or maybe even more than that, than men for doing the exact same job. Um, it's bullshit, but it still exists, and it's ridiculous because by now it's like obviously we're all people, all men are created equal, so why are you giving some rights to other people's and taking them from others? And I feel like anyone should be able to understand that, and I will never get why someone would want to take away rights from another human being that they would so gladly and willingly give to themselves. Oh, I love George Orwell! And I love that you use that quote. Um, my my roommate Emma is actually from Maine, and so she was reading me all the statuses of her friends when it got passed, Prop 1 in Maine, and some of the kids' reactions, you know, like some people were like really angry about it, and then other kids dealt with it in kind of a facetious way. Like their motto in Maine is Maine, the way life should be. And so someone changed their status to marijuana is legal, but gay marriage isn't. Maine, the way life should be. And I thought it was really funny, but also horrible.